all sweet.
Go for it. You know that I have water pistols still in the room. And there's not too many electronics here for me to get using on you.
Give me a second, you okay? This voice.
Oh, okay, that voice for a while.
Greetings!
Oh, bother.
Thank you. Actually, hold on before I do that.
Penis.
Why, you want it out the nose?
I don't want penis out the nose. That feels like something has gone wrong.
Or right.
Or very, very right.
Greetings! Greetings! My name is Dr. Apocalypse Syndrome, and I represent the Public Enterprise for New Innovation in Science. Damn it, Baron von Apifecto, why didn't you tell me what that spelled?
I did! You were drunk!
Anyway.
Point of order, he still is drunk?
No. He can't consume alcohol anymore. It burns on contact.
That's holy water.
All right, guys.
We here at the Public Enterprise need to sue someone. We are going to sue the military in the Attack on Titan universe. And it's very important because we believe that we can prove without a shadow of a doubt that the Titans classify as an endangered species. You see, first of all, there are less than 1,000 Titans remaining on Earth, obviously well below the endangered number. Second of all, they have no known way to procreate, another problem with being an endangered species. Third of all, humanity itself is endangered, because of the Titans, and should actually find the compassion in their heart to be able to see what plight that these Titans are going through. They're not intelligent, they don't plan, at the end they are just animals. Dangerous animals, yes, but humanity has a long and storied, God damn it, long and storied tradition of protecting animals like that. Lions and other predators could kill us too, but we don't go mass murdering them. In fact, we haven't even looked at the possibility of domesticating Titans. Imagine what you could do with a Titan. You could use it as building support. You could use it against a coworker you don't like. You could make it do potty tricks at your niece's 16th birthday. I don't know. We haven't looked into it. But they run completely energy-free, can be made docile in the shade, and I think that if we just devoted more time to this and protected them like the majestic creatures that they are, majestic and hungry creatures that they are, that we will be able to find new frontiers. We might need more funding for it, but new frontiers in technology and possibly animal husbandry and possible the market of giant-sized clothing.
If they cannot procreate, they are not classified as life, and thus cannot possibly be endangered. Much like this guy.
But that's the point. There are, in fact, things that we classify as life that cannot procreate. Like the French bulldog, which cannot procreate under its own capability. They can procreate underneath human capability.
Well, I don't even want to have a picture of that.
It's sexy. There's not skin involved.
Are you saying Brett's not alive? Are you saying Brett's not alive?
I get it.
With the camera.
Brett can't have babies.
Yeah, how good is an endangered species if they're actually engaged in a war of tactical, beneficial genocide against humanity?
I wouldn't call it tactical, I'd call it instinctual. We don't call any predator that harms a human being, whether it's a shark or an elephant or anything like that, a tactical war.
Unless it's in Sharknado form.
Unless it's in Sharknado form, in which case that's the tornado's fault.
No, that's Disney Corporation.
And I'm gonna stop doing this voice, because oh my god.
Haven't they been fully shown to have been motivated and led by a different Titan?
Yeah, that Titan's gone now.
But even so, that shows a level of intelligence.
Rudimentary, around the level that like orangutans and chimpanzees have, and gorillas have hurt people, and we do not hunt them.
But they're not actively trying to eliminate another species.
Neither are the Titans if you keep them docile. They've been shown to stay docile in the shade.
I want someone to beat him in this case. It's a phenomenal case, but I want you to actually be legit beaten for once. Yes?
I was legit beaten yesterday. Give me a break here. This is a good one.
So I propose the argument that Titans are similar to viruses in that, they have some sort of purpose, but they can't directly procreate through themselves. But we also, as humans, try to eliminate viruses.
But we also, as humans, keep samples of every virus in existence, still in existence, to be able to combat them.
I would propose that we eliminate almost all of the Titans, but keep some in a safe environment for study and testing and perhaps technological advancement.
How would you decide which?
We would decide. We would decide. That's the
How do
fun.
they ever decide?
Yes, sir.
So,
Can I actually respond to that? The one problem is, as we said, they've been shown to have a rudimentary level of intelligence, and I don't actually think that you could classify Titans as purely a virus because of that. There are actually many species, many living species, especially like parasites, that require other things, other organisms to live, but those parasites can be complex, multicellular beings that we don't necessarily try to wipe out.
so I would actually challenge you to prove true the two elements that you used as supporting facts. First, that there are fewer than 1,000 Titans left in the world. Do you have data to support that? Has there been a census taken? Has anyone really gone out and scoured the world to count them?
I believe that there were estimates stated in the show.
And number two, just because it's not readily apparent to us how they reproduce, clearly they got here somehow. So whatever process got the ones we have now, as far as we know, is ongoing in a perfectly vital fashion.
Well, God, I can answer that, but it's spoilers.
Oh man, DO13 is doing these spoilers.
With the Greenway, who obviously has something to say.
How are they endangered species when humans were the ones that created them in the first place in search of a human soldier?
Humans create a lot of things in the first place. Humans created the dog.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. Humans created the dog out of the wolf. Selective breeding made that happen.
Actually, I'm sorry, I study veterinary
Go for it.
technology. It was a mutually beneficial relationship, so it wasn't all on the human end, it was also on the wolf.
Okay, sure, it wasn't all on the human end, but humans have done selective breeding to a lot of things. Humans have selectively created different breeds of plants, different strains of cats. In the end, humans have created a lot of living things at this point. There's nothing to be said that a species has to arise naturally. It just has to exist.
Yes.
I would like to inquire the level of cooperation shown with viruses and bacteria and other things that we had to cooperate and work together. So I don't think you can say, oh, their activities coordinated as a measure of intelligence high enough.
Well, now we're actually, the reason why we were talking about whether or not it was coordinated was someone else brought up that it was shown that another Titan was capable of giving them orders orally, like, via word commands. Once again, it's kind of like training an animal to attack, but that was about as simple as they got.
Okay, we have this very strange paradox that I just realized. You're saying that Titans are like a virus, and we keep thinking.
I'm not saying that. Someone else said that.
I'm just saying that Titans have been established to be like a virus. Now, what viruses do is that they infiltrate a cell and take over. Are you saying that humanity's holdout within the walls is like a cell, and the viruses are just trying to penetrate it in order to reproduce? Are we stopping the Titans' reproduction by fighting them?
So there's several things about that. I don't really know what to say because it wasn't my original premise to suggest the virus thing. So yeah.
Admit it, that's one hell of an analogy.
It's interesting. I'm not sure I agree that Titans are like a virus because I don't think that a virus can be classified as endangered. And so I'm still, I'm still arguing with that. But yeah.
Love that happening.
Thank you. I think that honestly, with endangered species, there's a certain degree to which we have to be reasonable. And I think just like we don't force the pandas to procreate, we can only keep them together and hope that they decide to continue their species. I believe the walls were more than plenty of efforts in that regard, and that when they choose to be self-destructive, we have no way to, we don't have any responsibility for the self-destructive.
See, actually, I have a very important thing is that I also think that humanity in the Attack on Titan universe is stupid. Humanity is stupid, period. But on the Attack on Titan universe, it was shown, once again, spoilers, I'm sorry, but they had comparable technology to what we had, even if it was a couple years back. In fact, part of the science that they were using is, sorry, spoilers, responsible for the creation of Titans. But the technology that we have, including their incredible ability to create pneumatic machines, would allow them to create things such as turrets, specifically like piston turrets, impact devices. Their solution for dealing with these Titans was to build a stone wall. Stone walls went out of favor back in like the medieval ages for us, and they very clearly, what?
It's not stone.
Well, it's reinforced stone.
There are definitely still stone walls.
But like, and there are.
Stone walls are not endangered.
But in the end, there are definitely better ways to deal with the Titan than, even though everybody loves this, 3D maneuver gear. There's definitely more automated defenses. There's definitely more defenses that you can man to help deal with the Titans. And I feel like we're not doing a good job. And that's part of why I'm doing this case. I think they need to be researched to make sure that we can tell how we can keep them calm, keep them sentient, and keep them sedated, and basically use them for humanity's good. They're an untapped source of potential. No.
Yeah, so the whole thing.
Not here.
Either way.
No. At the end of
Right
it,
there.
and then we'll work our way in.
If these Titans are declared an endangered species, will my country be allowed a hunting quota purely for scientific reasons?
Purely for scientific reasons?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, well then I'm in favor.
Okay.
And they're
Now, the statement is that it's basically humans have the technology and they basically inadvertently created Titans, correct?
Yes.
Now, and I may be wrong, but is there any precedent about any type of species created by man ever being in such a low quantity that we've ever considered them endangered?
The blue!
Ever. Think about this. The liger was created by man. The mule was created by man.
The liger is not a species that cannot reproduce on its own.
And again, neither can the Titans.
But neither can.
And they were created by man, and therefore they are not part of the natural environment, and therefore we cannot consider them endangered.
But there are plenty of things that were created by man. Plenty of animals
that are considered endangered.
Are you just saying that things that man cretes can't be endangered?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why?
We have never brought something into the world that we can say is endangered created by man.
We shouldn't play God.
So?
There are
what does that matter?
very few
If there
ligers.
was only one banana tree left, it would be considered endangered.
What?
If there was only one banana tree left, the banana would be considered endangered, and we created the banana as man.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, there's a problem with that because we've basically bred the banana to be one genetic strain, and one disease can take it out.
You're missing that essential point in that, say, I don't know, anything that man's great. For hell's sake, the liger. How many ligers?
For hella's sake.
Yes.
No.
For instance, just for instance, the liger. How many ligers are there?
Not many. What like?
And they're all in captivity.
Yes.
Are they considered endangered?
No, because they don't have their own species. But that doesn't mean that anything you create
created by man. But
that
they're not
doesn't mean
considered
that
endangered.
though.
You've got a good
Did we
point
give
here,
Titans
though.
a species rating?
No, what is the difference
Do we
between
have to do
that and
that? Do we have
Titans?
to
We
determine?
might.
Yeah.
I need to know.
Where is our difference in ideology in that what can be considered endangered and what cannot? In that particular sample, I mean, you could take really anything.
Well, when it comes down to it, basically it has to be a thing that's created by man that has its own species, and I actually don't know if they're classified as a species yet, which is a thing we might have to figure
Then
out.
how can they be considered endangered?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we have to figure that out. Like, right now, you know what we're doing? Killing them. We need to do a thing other than just kill them.
We're not doing a great job.
They are studying them though.
If we decide what we classify them, simple.
I was reading one book that in order for a particular breed of cat to be considered a species, there has to be so many generations of reproduction.
Okay.
Therefore, Titans cannot reproduce, therefore they cannot be classified as a species, therefore they cannot be classified as an endangered species.
Well, there's been several species, once again, I'll bring back to the French bulldog, that can't reproduce on their own. So if you get to a certain point in which a species cannot reproduce, as long as it has the genetic capability, which Titans, which have been shown to share genetic information with humans, probably do, it should still count.
Okay.
But we can attempt to prove that by doing things other than killing them.
Me?
Yes, Nick.
Okay, let's go back to the virus analogy for a moment.
I'm not the one who agrees with the virus analogy.
I'm not saying you're the one who is, who did that. But I'm saying that it came up and it is relevant. Now let's say, for example, if there was only one person in the world who had HIV, would you consider HIV endangered and want to protect it?
I don't agree with the virus analogy! Why are you making me defend a position I don't have?
Because straw men!
Thank you!
In the back with the pink hair.
For the idea that they can't reproduce, I really don't support that because as they show throughout the show, they have various different people that can transform into Titans, whether that be through genetically, that it's been passed down, or through the serum that Aaron Yeager's father inserts into him. Technically speaking and theoretically, would you be able to breed the people, that's just words, but would you be able to breed the people that can turn into Titans? So
Like the
you
Titan
have
shifters?
More, yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
can have more people to be
that would mean that they can reproduce, and once again, candidacy for being a species.
But they eat them people. Isn't that kind of a bad thing?
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, whether or not...
If you are using that serum to create them, you are simply getting more first generation. You're not getting the rest
No,
generation.
as she said, you could have people who have the ability to shift and have them breed, and have that be a next generation type.
Is it a dominant or is it a gene that can be passed?
At this point, theoretically, yes, but at this point we don't know because all we are doing is killing them.
I can see where that might be a problem.
Yes.
Yes.
I actually really do.
You.
All right. So, since I seem to be the only one who remembers science class, a species.
And scientist.
A species is basically it's a population of organisms that can breed or reproduce with each other. If Titans can only reproduce through humans, they are in fact just a
variation.
A
variation on the
subspecies.
human species.
That is a subspecies.
If they are a variation of the human species is endangered because of the Titans. So Titans are endangered. Booyah! Drop the mic.
So you admit that you are suing humans for their own endangerment?
Yes. Are you okay with that?
That's not an endangered species issue for the Titans themselves.
I'd be willing to think about that.
Okay, well then they're not an endangered species, they're a persecuted class.
Okay.
And at that point, they need to get human rights ascribed to them, not endangered species status.
Okay. That's even better.
Except it's not your original point.
You lose! Sure. I don't even care about my record anymore. Honestly, I care more about you arguing for human rights for Titans at this point. Come on.
in the back next to the green-haired wig with the hat. Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier that you think that humanity is stupid in that universe, right?
I think that they have very poor planning skills, yes.
The question is this: if humans are endangered, you're trying to get case for the Titans when we should worry about ourselves.
I think that in the end we have to worry about all planets on this wonderful, all creatures on this wonderful new planet.
Says the mad scientist.
Yeah. Giant robot spiders, of course. Yes.
That's a species.
I think we're focusing.
No, dude, pay attention. Orange shirt. I'll get to you.
I just wanted to go back to reading when you're talking about the generations.
It's broad.
Were you saying that the generations would be like if somebody was able to be a Titan and had a child, wouldn't they have to be in Titan status and then have a child?
Not necessarily, and actually I'm really interested in exploring this sort of human rights angle of it, because if we are basically counting them as human at that point, then they have to have all the rights as a human. You can't simply...
Right, but...
Oh, wow, that got I want you to take, just pause for a second. I want you guys to take a look at what's actually going on here and understand that probably the most intelligent people at this con are presently arguing this case. Realize what you are doing is done by people who are being paid a whole lot more than any of us are. And they're usually politicians. Yes.
So, if we're in fact arguing that Titans should have human rights, and if they do get those human rights, then I think it would only be right to convict them all of murder.
Thank you.
Except there have been several Titans which have been killed. Several which have been killed before they commit any acts. Several that have been killed before they reach the wall.
They had intent to kill. It was self-defense.
We cannot, in fact, prove that. They never even
They
had a trial.
tried to breach our walls.
No, there were several that were killed before they even got to the walls.
It doesn't matter if a tiger breaks out of the zoo and kills someone.
But now we're talking about them as human. They can't both be a tiger and be human. Choose one and it's an endangered species. Choose another and they have human rights. What? Are we crossing this with animals?
Given the proposal that Titans are in fact humans and human rights and murder thing, I would like to propose that the angle of endangered species be dropped and instead in war crimes striking be open to find who's responsible for what atrocities one Titans up and humans up.
That seems like a good idea. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, all those in favor of dropping the endangered species classification, moving on to war crimes. Should we decide on humans first? I'm not really necessarily, I'm not necessarily sure how we go about classifying them as humans. I mean, if we want to mutually agreement for purposes of
They
this
can obviously
discussion.
interbreed with humans.
Yeah.
They share genetic material with humans. By all definitions, I can tell they're humans.
Solution is
Someone said so do chimpanzees, and in fact, you can create a humanzee, but no one has because of moral reasons.
We have a science. A scientific objection. Okay. The ability to interbreed is not the only classification of a species. It's also based on morphology as well as ecological niche. It's not necessarily, you can have two different species that can still interbreed, but they have such vast morphological differences, which I think we see in human to Titans.
Would you say that Aaron?
Ecological niche.
Would you say that Aaron looks any different than a normal human?
Yeah, he turns into a giant Titan. It's a little different.
But that's the only difference.
Back by the door, because you've had your hand up the whole time.
Sir, this entire time we've been discussing whether or not we should save the Titans because of various reasons. However, have we taken the time to invest in studying their value in productive services, such as food even? Could we use their bones as infrastructure? Can they be a net export?
Exactly. So that they're more.
Where would I?
You got to think
Not if they're human.
Well, we have to make that decision.
We're working on it. Red shirt.
Okay, so if you're saying they are essentially one form of human, going on the same logic, you also have some mad scientists in this world who are very scarce, but also essentially a subset of human. Would you consider the mad scientists more important to save than the titans who are also killing them?
Oh, absolutely. Mad scientists are always the #1 priority for the public enterprise in doing innovations in science. One thing that I actually do want to point out, the esteemed parliament is arguing from 2 different points at this point.
Yeah.
People are asking questions, if you consider titans to be human, this thing is true. And other people are asking, if you consider titans to be an offshoot species, this is going to be true. They have to be one or the other. And so we have to do that, or else we are actually arguing the parliament itself.
I'm just going to say, for purposes of this discussion, all in favor of classifying titans as human? All opposed?
Wow, that's a really good
We're going to count this one.
Yeah.
All right, in favor.
Human.
I got confused and voted for
Oh my God, it's the same amount. Did you get 16,
I
16?
got 17 that they are not.
Yeah.
All right, so,
That's
that's an
I
idea.
have a
Wait,
It was butterfly valve.
We use the serum to make all humans into Titan shifters, and then we can classify this all as murder, and we have no issue in this deviation.
Okay with that. Making all humanity giant, incredibly forward. You, sir, you should join the public enterprise. We need brains like you. In fact, let me take your brain. Do you have the brain device?
Brain device in my
Okay.
I have a jar.
Missing, but my hat might have something to say.
Yes.
I have another possible solution to your question that renders the whole issue moot. If titans are an intelligent species, perhaps they cooperate with each other. Perhaps they are a nation or another planet at war with us when we come on planet better. If they're a nation at war with us, we don't really care what species they are. We're fighting them if they're trying to invade us. So,
It's an accident.
and we can also use them for experimentation. Humans have a long history of experimenting on their.
Well, I mean, I don't actually care if we experiment on the Titans. I care if we do anything other than just kill them. But here's the thing. If we had, say, once again, a pack of lions, we would call them an invading nation, and they haven't been proven to have sentience. So. Actually, invasive species, we still try to protect. We end up killing them, but we do still try to save a select couple so that they can repopulate in their natural environment.
Right.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Obviously, where humans are right now.
Well, there's a whole planet. There could obviously be places, like humans can be anywhere. That's part of the problem with humanity.
They all got killed by titans.
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. This is gonna sound weird, but I personally think the first half of Attack on Titan would be better if they had the cast on High School All-Star.
That's great. We can make the cast to do anything. Well, then we can put the cast of Oregon High School Host Club in kimonos, and then they can fight the Titans. Science, man. That's science.
Flesh color kimonos.
Technically, just survey folks, and then there would be no killing them.
No, it's still like longer than human.
What'd you say?
Technically, just ban survey corpse, and there's nothing to do with anyway. Because you're just killing, actually you're feeding, and killing one or two. So you're not really killing freaking wall.
I'm willing to think about that as a possible solution, but I'm not actually saying that we do anything as crazy as ban the survey corps. I'm just saying that we need to do more science on the Titans. Whether or not the science is angry is a thing to be determined, but I think that there are better things to do than kill them on sight.
Although you can't kill them and eat them because they start to, disintegrate rather quickly.
Yes, they have Final Fantasy boss syndrome.
The real skin.
So I want to express my distaste for my colleagues in the room with what I perceive as a great deal of science denial. We've proven that Titans as humans can breed, and thus they are a subset, biologically speaking, of humans. I propose, as a mad anthropologist, that what we are seeing here is a classic case of a marginalized racial group that are being treated as somehow subhuman by new body. Which brings us back to one of the types of join the marginalized.
But yeah,
Well, yeah, they're not classified as human. Yeah, they're not classified. Penny.
If you're setting use of Titans for helping humans, all that kind of stuff, doesn't that amount to slavery?
Well, okay, once again, we're arguing ourselves in circles. We took a vote whether to treat them as humans or treat them as something separate. And while I got 16-16 tie, he got 15-17. So, yeah. What?
What about animal rights?
Not at all. We still use oxen to plow our fields. Like, that's still a thing.
I am not.
Like, we still eat pork, we still eat eggs that are from farm chickens, and there's ways to do that organically and do that right. And we can do the same thing with Titans.
Look, I just might be a simple rancher. But I believe that if Titans ain't the subspecies of humanity, that means that we don't need to consider their rights. That means if a Titan done be attacking humanity, or planning to be attacking humanity,
And Granny, get your gun.
you done get your 3D maneuver device and done slash at the back of their neck. Look, basically what I'm saying is, if Titans aren't humans, they really don't deserve any of our human rights, and if they are intent to attack humans, they basically can be attacked without prejudice.
They are considered animals. Yes, like something else in the fields and things, but in labs, they're so cruelty.
No, not every use of an animal in labs is cruelty. There are scientific standards for using mice in tests that are ethical and currently followed.
Mice don't try to eat people.
That doesn't change anything!
It changes a lot!
That's not true, they do.
If I may, I represent the Titan Anti-Defamation League. And I would like to point out that humanity is very poor at deciding which persecuted subsections of humanity are and are not classified as people. And we at the Titan Anti-Defamation League have a real problem with the classification of Titans as subhuman or inhuman. I don't see a single Titans in this room. Excuse me!
It was either going to be you or me.
So I propose we get an ambassador from the Titans here to grunt and groan in their own language, and let's hear what they have to say before we decide whether or not they qualify as sentient creatures.
This is going to be different.
Do we have a Titan in Parliament or a representative of the Titans who would like to say things in Titan language? Okay, Snake, you're drunk. You're looking for a Titan.
There he is. The green wing. Oh, hold on. You've had your hand in forever.
Yes.
I think we're overlooking one thing with the wall, and if we're looking at it as if Titans are humans and they have human rights, then they have a right to be angry.
No, Titans, we decided the Titans are not,
We don't know what they are, but they're not.
If you were looking from it from that way, they have a right to be angry and eating us, because we have used their 15-meter Titans
is orange.
Okay. I don't know if this is, I think before we can make a decision about this, I think we have to look and see if there's, whenever there's so few humans left, there's gotta be some sort of laws on the books about what we have to do for self-preservation. Would this go against any of those things?
I think we'd have to end up looking at that. The question is whether or not we could reasonably enact other methods of behavior, other protocols to safely study and wrangle titans, and I, for one, actually think we can.
One last, and then we're going to try and call for some sort of vote here.
This actually directly ties into your point. Laws relevant to invaders in one's home. Literally, the castle doctrine states that if an invader enters your home, you are authorized to use legal force if you feel you are in threat of physical harm. And it's literally castle doctrine. There are literally walls. It's literally a castle. You can't get more castle doctrine than that.
Granted, but I would still say, what about the survey corps that go out and find titans and kill them before they're even close?
Castle doctrine also states that it depends on the jurisdiction, but in some areas you do not have a duty to retreat, which implies that you do not have to go back to the castle until you are in danger of your life. And
see, that strikes me as problematic because the survey corps does what it sounds like. It surveys, it goes out and it finds titans and it kills things.
Attack them, they are in danger of their life.
But they attack first.
Okay. Okay, the biggest issue I have is if the species creating the classification for endangeredness of species is endangered or extinct, does the endangeredness of a species matter?
Motion to retreat.
No, he's saying if
they are
declared an endangered species, can we react to them based on the laws of the castle doctrine?
Like, say for example, there is a species of wolves, and they are eating deers, and they eat all of the deers. Do the wolves say that the deers are an endangered species and they should stop hunting the deer? If the humans are trying to protect themselves from the titans by killing all of the titans, do we really have any say whether the titans are an endangered species because they are threatening the species that is classifying them as endangered?
Yes, we do, because humans are capable of higher reasoning than wolves.
Answer my question correctly.
I just said yes. Yes is an actual answer.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
If all the titans presently in existence were destroyed, could another one be created in captivity?
We're not sure. In fact, we're not sure if the research still exists.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
No, isn't it they're present in the show where they actually were already studying titans?
Yes, but not much because part of the problem was because we continued to kill them.
But it was a start. Now you have to realize with the universe of Attack on Titan, the resources that humanity has at that time are very low. In fact, they are running out to such an extent that we are desperate to move beyond the walls. Now that is just basic human expansion. We are running out of resources, we are moving on into other areas of getting more resources, but we cannot because of this force that is killing off humanity.
Well, much of those resources are spent.
As much as we try to study this force.
We're suing the military that spends much of those resources acting basically as a huge cover-up for its original experiments. Much of those resources at this point are completely wasted to keep this huge secrets that Titans are tied to humanity. That's why the military is being... Humanity isn't being sued. The military is being sued because they are mishandling the situation.
Well, that's political.
Yeah,
they should be exterminating us back.
Actually, the Survey Corps' purpose isn't to go out and kill Titans, it's to capture them.
But we see what they do.
But if you're attacking them and defend yourself, their option, they are going out to capture. That is their goal.
And it's a goal that is very frequently failed. In fact, you've seen some of the personalities in the Survey Corps, and some people have even treated this sort of like a game, which I think is despicable, whether it's human or animal that we're treating.
It's the most dangerous game.
There's
Man. 50-foot man, the most dangerous game.
Clever girl.
No, it does matter, because if a wing of the military is not actually fulfilling its purpose, that's something that you have to change.
But they are fulfilling their purpose.
But
They are being sabotaged by
they're-
the government.
That's who I'm suing at this point! If they're being sabotaged by the government, even more reason to sue them!
I'm okay with suing the government.
Alright,
Not
we'll
for
sue
your
the
reasons.
government.
Just sue the government.
What would you even get from suing the government? They already have nothing.
More government.
Well, here's the thing.
We can put someone else in.
If we can declare the government guilty of these crimes, then we have the ability to do something about it. That's the fun of
It's
it.
still all crimes.
Yes, sir.
So we can easily sue the government for murder against humans by not classifying the Titans at all, modify humans. Because it's clear that any way that you try to harm a Titan, except from the net, they aren't harmed. And
Yes.
when the human transforms into a Titan, they're still a human. They didn't actually cease to be a human, they're still right there. It's also never been shown in any of the other Titans that spot like a human. A human from the original experiments could be every single one of the Titans.
Now we're right back to
now we're right back to where we started.
And like that, don't make no mistake, the core part of this, whether they're humans, whether they're not humans, whether they're useful to us, whether they're not, because all of these are honestly wonderful points, and it shows how much you guys are thinking. In the end, the question is, do we have grounds to sue or pretty much, even if not sue, change or modify the government and change or modify the way that the government and the military is handling this?
No.
Or is everyone just saying, yeah, no, it's honky-dory, go kill some Titans?
It's a state of emergency. You really can't.
Alright, all those who are in favor of, well, I guess regarding the government is how would you want to phrase
Incapable of handling the Titans correctly.
all those who want to vote no confidence in the existing government.
Guys, everyone pay attention.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Alright, all those who believe that a vote of no confidence should be put forward, regarding the existing government's unwillingness to handle this situation for the betterment of the people they're supposed to be protecting.
But this has nothing to do with the
This is actually, it has everything to do with his original argument.
Yeah.
Which was the whole thing.
We're not voting on the endangered thing.
We're not voting on the endangered thing. That was to.
Yeah.
To bolster the argument.
Yeah. Vote of no confidence for the government vote saying all in favor of doing
Have you
this.
seen how fat the guy is?
Yeah, I know. Okay. Now the fun part. What are we going to do about it?
Of the fact that
Well, believe me, a simple push, drop the floor button, solve the government problem. Yes.
I propose that we sell the government to
China.
Other worldly entities in order to provide funding for advanced type research to protect what is left of humanity in this universe.
Yes, but then my whole thing is, if we are going to be voting no confidence, we need to find a replacement for this government.
Salutations!
I thought you were a simple farmer.
No, different voice. Scientific farmer.
Different voice, different character. Okay. Back row on the far, yes.
I think one major problem is not necessarily whether or like how we should get rid of the government, but who we replace it with.
That's what we're working on.
But like, because the problem is that the major population of the area is just not very educated. It seems.
Well, trial by fire, you know.
I'm always down for training people from other universities.
All right, do it.
I, for one, welcome our new Titan overlord.
Hey, you get your name.
Yeah, Josh.
Sailor.
Friggin' and eventually they got it right, yeah. That's a type.
Yeah.
This is what we want them to become, especially with the hair of the midday. Marshall, yes.
So we're looking for new government?
We're looking as an alternative to the existing government. Yes.
So, I mean, I'm not incredibly...
I mean, if you want to vote that Princess Twilight Sparkle should be the new leader of that planet.
Of course.
That made a lot of hands go up.
I wish to make a motion that the Command Council of Tokyo 3 be put in power.
Okay.
Second Earth! Say it. That's what I said.
Sorry for it.
It happened. This happens.
No, I know.
I left my gavel at home.
I'm aware.
I did. It's on my receipt.
Is there like groups that we can get a representative of each in order, like,
You can put together this group from any series, any character.
Oh, I was trying to think of the actual, like,
No,
kind of the
the
show.
fun of this is to be able to pull them from
Nurse Joy.
That's why.
And that's it.
That's why Josh was able to nominate Salem.
I got this.
One moment. It sounds like we actually do have an alien parliament version. Maybe perhaps the explanation is briefly more.
For what?
She didn't understand anything goes.
Are you new to the panel?
No, I just didn't. I was thinking we were trying to pick from what was there.
No, the whole thing is it gets people really involved when we can say, hey, you know, we're going to be judging X based on Y. In sentencing, I'm cool with that. In the argument of a case, I want to hold to that universe because the laws may be different, hence the whole Pokemon thing. But when we're talking about sentencing, if we want to take Edward Elric and make him the president of the world,
Very close.
We can do this. Handle the Titans.
I'm okay with him being president.
We want our shortest person to deal with our tallest problem.
He'll kill you. I saw Edward on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I would like to propose that the Attack on Titan city be administered as another area under the Britannia monarchy. They have the giant robots they can use to pacify the Titans if necessary.
Okay. Richard. It's not really red, I know that, but go ahead.
Looks red to me.
I see an easy opportunity. We have the blue as the new governing source. That way we can do research on two entities at once.
I actually kind of like that idea. Penny.
I know Hans is looking for a new government, why don't we just take over and then we can have the problem.
I'm okay with that too. Richard, look at me.
I nominate Hideo Kojima because I never know what he's talking about. And I have no idea where we are now. I'm so lost.
Moving on.
I would like to nominate that we need a government body that has experience with a world full of dangerous creatures trying to kill humanity and has managed to create a situation where humanity, in fact, works along with these creatures. I nominate the hidden government of Pokemon to rule the Titan universe in hopes for a better living environment and friendship.
Agenda, man. Officer Jenny for president. Some big balls.
Take two more suggestions.
So Titan
Yes.
fight and punch.
Yeah.
I believe only one organization has the capacity to handle this type of decision. I believe it should go to the Federation.
United Federation of Planets.
Correct. Or the Democratic Order of Planets, if you prefer.
I have no strong feelings.
I'm probably the biggest Star Trek fan in this room. I perfectly
You're what,
okay.
6'8"?
Hey, you're all funny.
Just think how this was done with a final record. Just a second.
It's not a good world, so. Well, yeah, it would be to the Federation. There you go. Understand this. It was shown clearly that if a civilization still has wars going on and they have not created a peaceful coexisting civilization on their own world, the Federation won't touch it.
But they would monitor it.
They would watch, but they wouldn't govern. They can't govern.
If we actually are not counting the Titans as humans, all humanity is actually
united
against someone who is not of their own.
But again, there is conflict going on that world. There were episodes. I can chronicle the episodes. I've done presentations and Star Trek conventions on this stuff. You want to go? All right, so, yes, I do. All right, so we have 8 options on the table right now. I'm going to read them out. Everybody can vote only once, so make your decision carefully. We can either have the new ruling government, the Federation, Godzilla, the Pokemon government, the Illuminati of Pokemon, Britannia, Hans, Sele, the Blue, or we can simply welcome our new Titan over. So, let's take a vote, shall we? All in favor of the Federation? I love it when the guy who brings up the idea doesn't raise his hand. Federation's out. How about Gojira? All right, we got 4 for Godzilla. Okay. The Pokemon Illuminati. Really? This is going
My stupidity spreads.
11, 13, 15. Britannia. Hans.
Don't give him more power. What's wrong with you?
I need freaking Titans, right? Sele. Yay, me. The Blue. And now, all in favor of welcoming our new Titan overlords. If you don't vote, I will feed you.
Take it.
I think we're one for our new Titan overlords.
One shy, you get the Pokemon Illuminati.
I choose you, flesh-eating Titan.
I think the only thing that can be said in response to that is ditto, ditto, ditto.
Just shy of our longest case ever. The longest case was still the Yagami Light case that spanned 3 sessions. Credit.
I wish I was there.
Yes! All
I
right.
have a very quick thing. Probably like 3 minutes round.
Well, we actually have 40 minutes left here, so I want to give Josh a chance since he hasn't done it.
Oh, we gotta do some kind of.
You gotta be like Christian.
Have you been drinking more since you got here?
No, I'm in charge of his drinks, it's okay.
Including a scientist.
I say,
I gotta go and print them.
I run the
Yeah, those words that are sounds.
Words.
He's technically using it as an excuse. We have
Bye, guys.
Everybody go to Red Coin
So
District.
before I bring this case up,
No, everybody go to
I
the
have-
plus dating game because
Yes.
I'm going to be there.
he is.
Red Coin District.
I hate spoilers.
Gee, I wonder if they're going to have here next year.
In this case,
I know how this ends.
just by bringing my case up, I'm spoiling an entire series. So, who has not seen Psychopaths and wants to?
What?
Who has not seen Psychopaths but wants to? Because the question spoils the crap out of the whole show.
Just spoil it. I don't give a damn.
It really spoils the entire show.
Do it.
All right.
Wait.
I would like to bring up the civil hive mind on charges of murder against, hang on, I had his name, it went away. Sorry, Shusei Kagari.
Preparedness, ladies and gentlemen.
Shusei Kagari. I bring up the civil hive mind for murder against Shusei Kagari, the redhead character.
Is this unquestionable?
They don't have souls. What does it matter?
They have souls, they're still brains.
They're still brains.
Brains don't have, you're saying brains don't have souls?
Establish facts for your case.
Okay, facts for my case are as such. Again, spoiling the crap out of the entire series. The guns in the series can only be used to kill if your psychopaths is above a certain number. The psychopaths is a number that is arbitrarily determined by the civil hive mind, which is entirely populated by criminals. So the criminals can, as a whole, decide to kill people. And in this case, they decide to kill an enforcer. It is a short case, I guess.
Well, I mean, honestly, is there really any question? Was it in the series that this